Hey, we should be live. Hopefully I don't choke to death. Just had a massive coughing fit before, and during lunch, I tried to inhale just a tiny bit of beef, a little bit, give my lungs some protein for a change, but they did not appreciate that, so. Like, come on, lungs. Someone gets, like, all of that. You could have taken just a little nibble, but. Nah, they're like, just air for us, thank you. So, hopefully I don't die. So we're back. We're building more river. Here she is again. In case you are randomly starting on, what are we on? Part 6 now? Let's see. We ended on Dominar United. Yeah, we were on Dragon's Maze. After that. Hey. Aetherling. We don't need all the guilds. Okay, settle down. Choose a target, draw 3 cards, and discard a card. Blast of Genius deals damage equal to the discarded card's mana value to that permanent or player. 1 second. Hey, maybe that did it. Maybe that cleared out all the... Nope, never mind. I don't think we want turn and burn. Destroy a defender. Can't run any of those. Makes a creature a 4/4 and loses all abilities and gains flying. Flip its power and toughness. No. Do damage to a target at random. No. Hidden strings. A maze glider. No. Melek Izzet Paragon. He does let us cast from the top of our deck, but only if it's an instant or sorcery. So, if we scry stuff, like if we don't need land, we would have to scry it to the bottom to cast with him. And if we hit like a cool artifact or something, we can't do it. In the meantime, we have to draw all these cards that we don't want to cast, trying to find something for Melek. It might still be worth it, but I feel like if we're going to do a future sight effect, we either want full-on future sight where we can play any card, or we want ones like the one we found yesterday, where it can exile the card from the top of your deck if you don't want it. So, gave us another out to not having to scry the card to the bottom so that we would draw it in order to find another thing we could play off of the thing. Lots of things in that sentence. I guess I will still consider him, though. So this is Dragon's Maze. Melek Izzet Paragon. Or blue-red. Apparently he's a wizard, too, and I forgot that. He is a weird wizard. Yeah, one of the people I was playing the Commander Masters draft with had Melek as their commander. Target spell, no. Thunder, no. +3/+0 and can attack. If you control 2 or more gates, you may draw a card. Whenever a player casts a spell from their hand, the player exiles it, then exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a card that shares a card type with it. That player may cast that spell without paying its mana cost. Then they put all cards exiled with Possibility Storm on the bottom of their library in a random order. No, I don't think so. Like, it's weird, but it's not the weird that I'm looking for. Plus, all the cards are going to the bottom, which means I'm going to redraw all of them, including the one that I cast and put on the bottom in the first place, since it puts all the cards exiled by Possibility Storm on the bottom. Um, 3 damage to a player planeswalker and 3 damage to target creature. No. Deals combat damage to a player. If it's in the graveyard, pay 3. Return it to the hand. Tap target permanent, then untap another permanent. 3 damage to any target, and flip 7 coins to try and time walk that many times. Each player sacrifices an. Oh wait, this is a white-red spell. It's attached to a blue-red spell, but that's not gonna work. The 2/1 first strike attacks each turn. +3/+3. Enters the battlefield if you control 2 or more gates. Threaten a creature, no. Great Doctoring. No. Good old Windrake. Okay. That was Dragon's Maze. Onward to Dragons of Tarkir. I don't know why I typed out the whole thing like that. I don't know, maybe it's oxygen deprivation. Return a non-land permanent you control to owner's hand. Anticipate, I don't think so. Yeah, probably not. A Tarka free, no. Menace. No. Attacking creatures I control have double strike, no. For each creature target player controls, I get a token copy of it, no. Till the end of my next turn, I may play those cards. Probably not. 4 damage to target creature. No. Blue dragon. No. No. 2/1/1 goblins. No. Creature with flying enters the battlefield, gains haste. No. Flying, fire breathing, and formidable makes a 4/4 red dragon. Build a dragon from your hand. Build a dragon or control a dragon. Spell can't be countered. Draw 4 cards. Gate Smasher, Glint, Dual Lurker, or Goodul Worker. Lurker. Ah. Yeah. Exploits a creature. Top 4 cards of your library, 1 in your hand, rest into your graveyard. Enters the battlefield under your control, deal 1 damage. Top card of my library until end of turn, I can play that card. No. No. Or equal number of creatures I control. Turn face up, target creature gains haste. Shuffle their graveyard into their library and draw a card. Eh. Eh. I do like shuffling with this deck a lot. So that way, if I have cards on top that I don't want to draw, I can get rid of them. I don't know that that one is good enough, but I draw 3 cards and discard 2 cards unless you discard a creature card. Counter target non-creature spell. Summons, no. Alice Familiar, no. 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 Still no. That one, don't need roast. No. 5 damage if you control, no. Dragons, 2 damage to you, no. Shuffle, no. Dream Reach Brawler just has dash. 2 damage to each creature without flying. No. No. Top 2 cards of your library, one in your hand, the other on the bottom. Doesn't super help much when I'm just going to draw that card anyway. I guess the first time, if I don't want the other card, it helps, but if I did want both cards, that's kind of awkward, because then... So what'll happen is, I cast it, I put one in my hand, the other on the bottom, then before I get to draw again naturally, I will cast this again, put one in my hand, and another one on the bottom, making the first one on the bottom, now I have to draw one card to get to it, so that'll be the card I draw for my draw phase, so I would need another card draw effect to get that one if I wanted it. If I didn't want it, that's kind of helpful, because then I might be able to scry more stuff towards the bottom. But yeah, it's probably not worth it. It's also a 4-mana sorcery to get 2 cards over the course of 2 turns. So, alright, creature spell, no. Count unless they pay 3, no. No. Wise Teachings. Spider Silk. Attacks each combat if able. Trample and Megamorph. No. No. Gold Stratus Dancer, but no. Strike. Tail Slash. Thunderbreak Regent. Tormenting Voice. Twin Bolt. Vandalize. Howl of Dragonfire. Void Squall. +2/+0 and gain Trample. Return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. Deals damage equal to its mana value to each creature your opponents control, then exile Volcanic Vision. No. No. No and no. Hey. That was Dragons of Tarkir. Whole bunch of dual decks. 8th edition, then Eldritch Moon. Two target creatures get +1/+0 on first strike. Madness, red and 1. I can't run those. Advanced Stitchwing, no. Breeding, no. Assembled Alphas. 3 damage to that creature and 3 damage to that creature's controller. No. Discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. Probably not. Double Strike. Escalate. Stella. Tap up to 2 target creatures. Those creatures don't untap during their controller's untap step. Madness blue and 3. Post. Coax from the Blind Eternities. Choose one or more. Target player discards all the cards in their hand, then draws that many cards. 4 damage to a creature. 3 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Don't think I need this one specifically. I might be down for certain other wheel effects that are based on the number of cards in my hand, but I don't think this is one of them. I think there are better options, either cheaper options or that do things that's better than a little bit of damage here and there. Storms, contingency plan, Surveil 5. As a one-shot, that's not quite good enough. Also, since it's a sorcery, I can't stick it on something like an Isochron Scepter, or just keep casting it over and over again. Cultist Staff, Curious Homunculus. The 2 target creatures, I control them, return them to the battlefield under their owner's control. Can't run Mindbender. Not playing Docent. No Drag Under. Deep Fiend, Emrakul. Lighten Maniac. Deals 2 damage to any target. Nope. Eternal Scourge, Exuberant Cultist, Reaver. Target opponent looks at the top 4 cards of my library and separates them into a face down and face up pile. Put one pile in my hand and the other in my graveyard. Do I even need Fact or Fiction is the question. Like, first and foremost, Fact or Fiction goes in, then we decide if we want to do Fact or Fiction variants, and I don't even know that we want Fact or Fiction yet. Avanic Bombardment, Geist of the Archives, Geistfield Scarecrow, Grizzled Angler, Fire Garrison, Harmless Offering, Identity Thief, Impetuous Devils, Imprisoned in the Moon, do I want Imprisoned in the Moon? So, we're potentially building a third deck around the second ability with the idea that I'm going to force other players to cast my spells, so that way they have to scry and they have to surveil and they have to search, and that will trigger her. But that means I can't use, like burn spells that will kill her or bounce spells, because if I use them, then I either can't play them once I get like one of the cards that will make everybody cast the spells that have been cast while it's out. Because if I do that, they'll just get rid of her and then she won't deal the damage. Or I have to not cast those spells while those cards are out, which means they're all dead cards in my hand. So I would need removal spells that don't interfere with that setup, and Imprisoned in the Moon seems like the type of thing that would work there, so. So, Eldritch. We are in Eldritch Moon. Imprisoned in the moon. Imprisoned in the moon is 3 mana. Now, the one that focuses on her first ability, I can use whatever bounce and burn spells I want for that version, so that's fine. But I really do need cards that won't interfere with her for the third build for the deck. Opponent casts a spell, sacrifice Lunar Force, counter that spell. I think so. Make Mischief. Liam Wanderer. Cast instant sorcery, gets +3 power. Whenever opponent casts their first spell each turn, that player exiles the top card of their library. If it's a non-land card, they cast it without paying its mana cost. Don't think so. Wrath. Golgast Herald. Iblis of Frost. Prophetic Ravings. Trample, 2 damage to a creature, 1 damage to each creature target opponent controls. Costs 2 less if there are 4 more card types. Draw 3 cards. Turn 1 target instant card and up to 1 target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, then discard a card and exile Shreds of Sanity. Werewolf. Deals 6 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures. Vampires I control. Exile all other spells and counter all abilities. Well, I'll definitely be running Summary Dismissal. In the versions of the deck that focus on the first ability. Not definitely, but it's a card I will absolutely consider for that. Enter battlefield, tap 2 mana any color and draw a card when it does. Alchemist. Side, Thirsting Axe. Excuse me. Return target spell or creature to owner's hand. Now, Scuttler, Weaver of Lightning, Infiltrator, and Wretched Grip. Alright, back we go. It was Eldritch Moon. Eventide. I am trying to remember if Eventide has anything, because it is the enemy color hybrid set, but tap, return a permanent to owner's hand. Beginning of your upkeep, return a permanent you control to owner's hand. 5/5 flyer and has Retrace, Cascade Bluffs. Will twice the number of white and or blue permanents they control. 1 damage to target player. Planeswalker, cast a red spell, untap it. Oh. Oh, God. Hey, if I could stop dying, that'd be great. 2 hybrid, tap 2 untapped red creatures I control, deal 3 damage. 2 blue and untap 2 tapped blue creatures I control. Return target creature to owner's hand. Don't think so. Switch its power and toughness. No. Gain control of target permanent until end of turn. Untap it, it gains haste. Think so. Dream Fracture, no. I don't think so for Dream Fracture. Yeah, still probably not. Glenelendra Archmage goes in almost every blue deck I build, so. But hang on, we're still in Eldritch Moon. Eventide. And not Glem. Page. Alright. Creature you control, Hatcher Bully, deals 2 damage to any target. Power to any target. Creatures. 2/1/1 counters unless you cast another red spell. Trample, tap an untapped red creature, gets +X/+O, where X is the power of the creature tapped this way. Becomes blue in addition to its other colors. Switch target creature's power and toughness, draw a card. Return all non-blue creatures to their owner's hands. Target red creature gains haste until end of turn. +2/+2. Other blue, other red. You may put a blue or red creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. No. The target's me. I may choose new targets for the copy. I don't think so. Can't be blocked except by creatures with Defender. Enters the battlefield, return a land you control to owner's hand. Tap 2 permanents, deal 2 damage to target player or planeswalker. Draws 2 cards and discards a card at random. Target red sorcery and target blue instant. Target player draws a card, Retrace. Deals damage to target creature equal the number of red mana symbols. 3 damage to any target and has Wither. Target creature with a counter on it to owner's hand. At the end of your upkeep, if an opponent has no cards in hand, you may return Rekindle from your graveyard to your hand. 3/3 and can't be blocked. Mills based on something. Top 10 cards of your library. Then put the revealed cards on the bottom of your library in any order. That is almost worth it just to put the cards on the bottom of my... I get to rearrange the bottom 10 cards of my deck when I draw from the bottom. I actually think I have to consider that one, just for that effect alone. There's just so much. Blue. Sorcery. No, not Sporcery. Sorcery. I don't think I need the Scarecrow for anything. Blue creature gains Shroud. Shrewd Hatchling. Sigma Lasher. Hopper, Talonren. They're Blust. Creatures your opponents control get -1 power. Creatures I control get +1 power. I don't need Unwilling Recruit. Wake Thrasher. Horde of Bones, and Wilderness Hypnotist. Alright. Eventide. Exodus. There's an additional cost to cast a spell, discard X creature cards. Nope. Returns a sorcery from my graveyard to my hand. Don't think so. There are better options than this one in blue-red. No. No. Coat of Arms. Cunning. Curiosity. I might want Curiosity for the third deck. So Exodus. That was weird. I brushed up against one of the wires that's like closer to my mouse, and it made a weird sound in the headphone. So that's got to be the wire that connects the whatchamacallit, the mic to the computer. Then that was weird. Anyway, add Curiosity. So that way, every time River triggers, we get to draw a card, and we get to potentially add more cards to the spells that are exiled with whatever card we're using for this thing. Maybe one day I'll stop choking to death. Not today, though. Today we are just going to keep on keeping on. Urtai, no. Fade away. We won't have a ton of creatures in the deck. I wonder... Since a lot of the things don't let the opponent choose not to cast it, I could actually see Fade Away being a thing where every time they cast a spell, they're going to have to deal with Fade Away. Every time anybody casts a spell, they're going to have to deal with Fade Away at that point. So, an instant or sorcery? Sorcery. So, if I don't have a ton of creatures, or if I don't care if they die besides River, I can just put a spell like Fade Away into like the Knowledge Pool or Eye of the Storm or something. And I'm gonna try and clear my throat again. Give me a second. Hey, we'll see if that works. Sip of water. But yeah, if we can put something like Fade Away into one of those cards, then the decks with lots of creatures run the risk of every time they play a spell, they'll have to pay one, and every time somebody else plays a spell, they'll have to pay one. So the symmetry on it is actually very damaging for certain decks, potentially. Also, we might just be able to cast enough spells in a turn where Fade Away just wipes the creature heavy deck's board because they can't pay for everything. Fighting Chance, no. Glowstone Flood, forbid. Do damage to that player. God. Can't stop now. I'm sorry, and I feel bad about it. No to Mind Over Matter, Mindless Automaton, Null Brooch. No. Scholars, no. Tap target creature. Ammonium. Price of Progress. Ooh, Price is actually terrifying for River if I'm not running a lot of non-basic lands and I'm doing the knowledge pool thing, because that's another, hey, everybody's just going to take damage every time they do anything for the rest of the game until this enchantment or artifact goes away. Yeah, the hard part is actually going to be protecting the stupid thing. Price is 1 in a red. Actually, thinking about it, I might want Urtai. Like, having a creature in play that is a counterspell might actually be something that River needs because she can't stop spells in her third mode normally. I don't know that Urtai's where I want to be at. I might want some of the other ones that can counter spells, like Daring Apprentice or something, but... So Urtai Wizard Adept is 2 in a blue, Human Wizard. But yeah, keeping the knowledge pool active is going to require ways to protect it, because every time I cast a spell, we don't want to put counter spells into the knowledge pool, because then the players can just counter things like the Price of Progress and the Fade Away if they don't want them to resolve. So we can't count on that as a way to protect Knowledge Pool or Eye of the Storm, and once it goes away, it forgets all of the cards it exiled, so we do kind of need to stop it from going away in the first place. And I think we were somewhere, yeah, we were down by like Pandemonium. There, Price of Progress is actually exactly where we were. Here's the battlefield. You may return target instant. Nope. Good old Shattering Pulse. Okay, I kind of need to know how Knowledge Pool and Eye of the Storm are worded for a card like Spell Shock. Like, I need to know if I get to keep copying them. I'm literally on you on another page. Why are you taking this long to load? Thank you. Okay, knowledge. Knowledge pool. Oh no, Knowledge Pool only lets them cast one of their spells, so it's Eye of the Storm that does it? Might just be Eye of the Storm then, that's kind of disappointing. Whoever player casts an instant or sorcery card, remove it from the game, then that player copies each instant or sorcery removed from the game with Eye of the Storm. For each copy, the player may play the copy without paying its mana cost. May play. Shoot! That doesn't work either. So only Hive Mind is gonna work? That's super, super disappointing. Boo. Boo these optional things. I thought I had a fun deck building, and now I don't. Because that only leaves Hive Mind that I know of that can force the other players to cast my spells. And Hive Mind does force them because that's the one everybody uses with the ones from Future Sight, where if you don't pay the mana cost on the next upkeep, you lose the game. Boo to all of this. may play the spell. Come on. I thought it was only the curse that was optional. Well, that basically ruins the third deck for River already. I'm glad I looked them up now. And I wish I weren't choking to death while doing this. That's so disappointing. Why are all of these optional? I want to make my opponents play my spells. That way I can do things. Hey, let me try coughing again. Give me a second. Well, I don't think that did it, but at least I'm crying now, so there's that. Well, that basically ruins the third option for her, doesn't it? Like, nobody is required to play any of my spells for most of my effects. So it would only literally be the one thing that would make them cast all of my spells, and that's Hive Mind. And if anything happens to that, I can't win. And if I try and protect that with counter spells, they all get to counter my spell. So, that's so disappointing. Why are they all optional? Like, all of them are optional except for Hive Mind. I mean, aside from the fact that Hive Mind is a dumb deck that's super annoying, but come on, we couldn't have some other Hive Mind variants that worked that way so I could make players cast spells with River. I could have sworn they all forced you to play the spells, not that you could play all of the spells. And I can't think of any others that have a similar effect now. I'm sad. That made me sad. We still gotta go for like almost 20 minutes. Alright. Whatever. We can still build around her first ability twice. That is so disappointing. I genuinely forgot they were all optional because I never play with those cards. Oh, cool. We're doing this now where it doesn't want to suggest the thing because it's too busy reloading the page. Arena. Oh my god. Gather, can you stop being awful for like 30 seconds? Help me out here. Yeah, no, I'm so sad that doesn't actually work the way I wanted it to. That was going to be an interesting and fun build, and if only the cards work that way. Well, there's only one thing to do, and that's get foreign language copies of all those cards, tell everybody they work the way I wanted them to, and then wait until somebody figures out they don't work that way, and then I have to take the deck apart because I can't play it anymore. I just wanted to do the cool thing with the card, and now it won't let me. I need to make my opponents do the thing. I can't just wait patiently for them to do it on of their own volition. Embarrassing. Orcish Captain. Yeah, none of these are gonna interact, I don't think. There's nothing that lets my opponents search their deck for a thing, right? That I'm missing because I'm scrolling too fast because I'm sad inside. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need the bad brainstorm artifact. um, Creatures to be harder to block. That was not the way I was planning on winning. Berg Raiding Party, Ring of Renewal, Sea Singer. No. Okay. Oh, that was Fallen Empires. On to Fate Reforged. On Alicia, choose target creature. When that creature is dealt damage this turn, it deals that much damage to each other creature and each player. Don't think so. Dragonfire. First Strike and Trample. No. Power 2 or less gains haste and can't be blocked. Manifest a card. Deal 3 damage. 2 damage to target creature and 2 damage to target player or planeswalker. Draw a card. Giant Ogre. No. Draw 3, discard 1. Player draws X, each player mills X. There's not a repeatable way to manifest the top card of my library, is there? Like in blue-red? I know there are cards that's like at the end of your turn in green, you manifest the top card because it's making creature tokens, so I don't think there is, but... The Phoenix... Heel Cutter, Gore Swine... Spectre... Infiltrator, Jeskai Runemark. See, the problem is I could use Harmless Offering and what's its name? The Donate to give my opponent like things that trigger every time and scry or surveil or search, but then that only kills that one player. Yeah, that I really feel like the third deck isn't gonna work now. That's too many cards that I thought were going to do the thing that don't actually do that thing. So four or more and 3 or less. Get the top card, or whenever a creature I control leaves the battlefield, deal 1 damage to any target. Nope. 4 damage divided as I choose among any number of targets. Creature has double strike. Controller pays 1 for each card in my graveyard. Reality Shift. Focus. Renowned Weaponsmith. Rite of Undoing. Sage Eye Avengers. Shaman of the Great Hunt. Shifting Loyalties. the Silent Tempest. Smoldering Efreet, 2 damage to you. Goalkeeper, Supplant Form. Roll Trespass, no. Battle Rage, can't run Torrent Elemental. Don't think I need Ugin for anything. Whisk away. Right into being. It's okay with her, but not exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, that was Fate. To 5th Dawn. Wire. Don't need Advanced Hover Guard. Was 5th Dawn where Scry first got introduced? I feel like it was in Mirrodin Block. Was the first time we had Scry. I could be wrong about that though. Like original Mirrodin Block. Discard an artifact, exchange control of Avarice Totem, and target non-land permanent. Sunburst, Battered Golem, Beacon of Destruction. Time Walk, shuffle it back in. Link Moth Nexus, or not Nexus, Infusion rather. Can't run the Bringers. To the clock. Yep, there we go. Scry 2. Sacrifice the bauble, put up to 1 target card from your graveyard on the bottom of your library, then draw a card. Yeah, it seems good for River. So 5th Dawn. Okay. Cosmic Larva, no. Cranial Plating. Crucible, yes, because I'm going to want to put my fetch lands back in. So I can shuffle away things I don't want. Disruption Aura. Doubling Cube, Early Frost, Energy Chamber, Eon Hub, Oracle. If you cast an instant or sorcery, you may pay 1 to scry 2. That is repeatable scry 2. Okay. That's something she needs. Blue enchantment. Pharopede, no. Fold into the Aether. Gemstone Array. Goblin Brawler. Granulate. Grinding Station. Headdress. Shiny target, no. No, Lantern's not the one we need. We need like Ghoul Caller's Bell. Potentially. If we're gonna do anything like that. Lunar Avenger. Magma Giant. Magnetic Theft. Hash Shroud, and can be attached at instant speed. a little bit tempting as a way to protect her from targeted removal. Just Norak, not Noriak. I thought there was an I in there for some reason. Also, apparently, Stealth Suit is one word. It's 2. It's an artifact. Note of Paradise Mantle, Pentad Prism, Plasma Elemental, Possessed Portal, Cumulox, no. Rain of Rust. Reversal of Fortune. No. Draw cards, scry 2. Probably not still. Like, the smaller effects that aren't repeatable just don't seem worth it. Silent Arbiter, Skull Cage, Skyreach Manta, Spectral Shift, Staff, Orion, Navigator, Thought Courier, Trinket Mage. Do I want Trinket Mage? Gets Conjurer's Bauble, Sensei's Divining Top, Soul Ring, probably some other stuff. I guess we consider it. So, Trinket Mage is 2 and a blue. Human Wizard 2. I don't need Mastermind, Orrery, Shackles. I might actually want Wayfarer's Bauble though. It's another way to ramp plus shuffle my deck. Alright, so that was 5th Dawn. 5th edition, 4th edition, From the Vault, Future Sight. Alright, so we are right on the hour mark. I guess we can go a little bit longer. So, if you're watching this on the VODs, we'll end here. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. And you have a good rest of your day.